from their HQ, just an hour and a quarter up the road. Ducati expect here today.
Hello guys, welcome to Misano Grand Prix Motogp reaction. Today, Jorge Martin starts on pole after winning a sprint race and set it into second lap time in qualifying. Can he convert it into his second win of the season and his third win in Motogp, the Premier Class? Or can Bezzecchi and Bagnaia challenge? Or maybe Pedrosa can challenge if he gets a good start in the KTM in his wildcard appearance. Or can Marquez do something for 9th? I don't think he will, but if he gets a top 10, then that should be a good result for Honda, considering how bad their bike is. 300 degrees there in Misano with, I think, 44 degrees track temperature. Yeah, 44 degrees, yeah.
Temperatures on track. Neil Hodgson, who's made it back from the grid. 44 degrees on track, 29 in the air. Which way do you see this one going? How do you see it panning out?
Well, I think everyone is well aware that Jorge Martin's a firm favourite for this race. But
yeah,
the people like Francesco Bagnaia, obviously Marco Bezzecchi, all starting from the front row, they've got to out-drag him into turn one. They can't let him use those fast sweeping lines, because I think he will. If he does get the whole straight, he'll try and check out. He'll put the hammer down. That first lap.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah, if he gets the whole straight, he's gonna put the hammer down.
We got through safely through turn one yesterday.
Yeah, it's nearly packed out in Misano.
It is. It really is. So that's why qualifying was important. Literally, you let the clutch out.
There's Bez carrying a hand injury, of course, and obviously Bagnaia's carrying that injury from the crash in Barcelona.
Normally, when I think about
anyone else suffered an injury? Yeah, Bastianini's out injured, obviously, with his hand and ankle injury. Yeah, I think Spargo's got a bit of a whiplash from my crash in Friday practice.
The fitness question mark hangs over Bezzecchi and Bagnaia. One thing I do think they'll have in their favour is the medium tyre. They had to run the soft yesterday, but Bagnaia in particular said, "That's not my tyre. This is the one he fancies today." I hope, I feel like we might get a closer event than the sprint, weirdly enough.
I'm with you, absolutely. He said the medium tyre.
There's a bit of a pretty grandstand there.
Easy to manage, even physically, because you've got that little bit.
Martin, 45 points behind Bagnaia in the championship. If Bagnaia doesn't score points today, Martin's 20 points behind with 8 or 7 rounds to go. Can Martineta make it a double in Misano? Go. Martin gets a good start. Well, Pedrosa's third. Oh, he's lost it. Yeah. Bagnaia's in the second.
Martin does lead, and that Bagnaia's come through into second place, just like yesterday. Bezzecchi in third. Oh, Viñales thought about going through, and Binder does go through.
Binder goes through on Viñales.
Danny Pedrosa was so lucky, nearly high-sided in front of everybody. Actually, into turn 3 had another moment. Maybe he didn't quite warm that tyre enough on the warm-up lap. Look at the miss. I can't even see anything with all those flares that have come out. They give the wrong colour flares, I'm afraid, because they were for Pecco Bagnaia. But you can see a pink-red mist across the racetrack.
There's a mist because of flares have been thrown.
It's a purple mist, isn't it? In front of Pecco Bagnaia.
Martin leads. Bagnaia's again chasing down, though.
In this race.
Yeah, Bagnaia's ready for it this time. I think
Mark is up to 8th. Mark, he's got a good start.
Yesterday on that opening lap, but look at it this time. Bagnaia's right with him. He's having none of it.
Through the fast Curvone, it will tighten and tighten. Is there a way? Bagnaia, who's so strong on the brakes early on in this race. Oh, Martin closes.
The door.
There's no way through for Bagnaia early on, but mark my words. He will attack early on if he gets even a sniff here, Bagnaia. And it's into the final corner, is it? Oh, closes the door again, Martin. But Bagnaia means business.
Yeah, he looks
Bagnaia means business here.
Yesterday. In fact, this morning, after the morning warm-up, which he was fast as that Francesco Bagnaia, we saw some footage of him. He's going to...
Oh, that's another one. The flip-flop into the second part.
He's thinking about it. We saw some footage of him, and he looked the best he's looked all week, and physically walking, not as much of a lift.
Into the garage he did as well, actually, with those new yellow leathers on. Oh, here we go, on the inside.
Oh, on the inside, oh.
Right in there, right up the tailpipes. On Jorge Martin, we switch.
Martin defends again.
What a start
Binder's ahead of Pedrosa. And Zarco's up to 14th ahead of Hero.
These few corners, it looks like Bagnaya's got a little bit more grip than Martin. I don't know if it's, but if Martin's maybe pushed a little.
There's Oliveira on Vinales.
Very tight in there between Miguel Oliveira's made a fantastic start to this race. So still Martin leads, with Bagnaia and Bezzecchi having to think about other ways to get past.
John Miller's at the Hero now as well. Yeah, Miller and Zarco didn't have good qualifying. Zarco 16th, Miller in 18th, yeah.
Challenge in this race because he said yesterday, like everyone else, like Bagnaia in particular, that the medium time.
So Quartararo is 13th still, and Morbidelli 17th for the Yamaha team. I mean, yeah, they need a radical change, otherwise Quartararo will probably put out an exit on them.
Will come stronger as this race goes on. We saw it yesterday in the sprint.
There's loads of rumours about Mark going to Gustini to race his brother Alex. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not. I mean, it'll be good for Mark, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Binder.
Binder in fourth place. That's what we love to see, because whenever Binder's around, we've got a race on.
Yeah, whenever Binder's around, we know there's going to be a big bet off a win.
Maybe one of the moves was slightly over the line, but apart from that, the other 20 moves he pulled up people were all about right.
He's the one to turn 10, wasn't he? Where he just got it wrong.
Well, Bagnaya's getting closer here.
Almost cleared out the leg of Maverick Vinales. Again, they get tight in there.
Martin quicker than Bagnaia by 10 from the previous start. Remember Saxon Ring when Martin came back on Bagnaia and won it with a photo finish? The chances are they go about it again like in Saxon Ring. Looks like Bagnaia's doing something different.
It's interesting though, you look at the battle of the front, that is your battle for the World Championship, isn't it?
Our best race up around Misano was by Ney Bastianini last year with a 1:31.8. Mate, he's going to take some beating to beat that today.
Having closed 5 points yesterday, and of course last week closing over 16 points with third place.
Yeah, Martin can gain 10 points across the whole weekend if it stays like this. I'll just see Pedrosa on a podium. I would. But I don't think it's going to happen this year. If he does wildcard again next year, then the chances are that he could actually do it.
Yeah, the beauty of Bagnaia is if you carry an injury, the best thing that you can have is a battle, be involved in something. If you end up on your own and you end up then, but your mind can wander, the pain can take over. When you're in this situation now, all you're doing is focusing on the man in front, planning an attack. I was about to say, is it going to be here?
I thought it was like Bastianini on him last go. He's going to try and turn around him again. The stopping prowess of Bagnaia is there. But Martin's getting launch off the corners.
Yeah, he is, isn't it? Yeah, again, look. It's almost like
Martin's getting the launch off the corners. Bezzecchi at a faster start.
Then he's always going to lose out on that acceleration.
I'm wondering about time.
Yeah, Bezzecchi crashed in the race last year at Misano. So did so did Miller when obviously Fuller Miller started from pole on the Ducati.
Injury that he said got worse as the race went on yesterday. Bezzecchi might, on any other moment, have thought about going through there on Bagnaia, but I think what he sees is Bagnaia might only be making his only move on Martin at this point, so don't mess it up yet, because you might lose both of the race.
You are so right.
Yeah.
He's sat there now and he's thinking, well, I could probably maybe have half a go passing Francesco Bagnaia, but if he pulls a move and he disturbs him and they both go wide, Jorge Martin checks out. So at this point,
yeah, Martin could check out if they make a mistake.
Put a move again in front of him, because we know Jorge Martin can get into that rhythm like he did yesterday.
Ooh.
That said, the lap times are quite a bit slow. That medium tyre is what we're looking at, maybe 3/4 of a second a lap.
Capitalia 1.2 for Brad Binder. Obviously, Pedrosa's behind. Martin 1:32.0. Yeah, they can actually still beat that lap time. I mean, I did say I was going to take some beating, but I think they can actually beat it today. Bastianini's record lap around Misano, record of racer. They did last year on IGP 21. I mean, yeah, him and Bagnaia had a good battle that season. Shame we didn't watch a race, though. I mean, obviously, at the end of last year, I started watching Motogp fully. I don't know, I started watching every race.
At least Martin, by this stage of yesterday's sprint race, was gone.
Yeah, he was already controlling it at this point. He had over a second lead.
In 6 seconds from 297 km to 76 for Bezzecchi. A bit wide. That's a bit wide.
Bezzecchi easy to do. You break a lot on lean angle as well. You're not straight up and down.
That's 2.2 for Danny Pedrosa.
Below the front of what you get the pushing sort of sliding sensation. You have to let the brake off. You have to go wide, and you do that, you lose a couple of tenths.
And as you talked about throughout the race weekend, we've heard it from yourself.
Mark Marquez has done well to stay in 8th at the moment.
It's a track where if you have a marker, you can chip away, but there's a tendency if you are, if they are riding pretty much at the limit, you try and chip away in the part. Well, that isn't possible, and you do run wide like Misaki had to do on that occasion. He has, thankfully, recuperated.
Yeah.
So, this is your front three. Martin Bagnaia for second. Brad Binder in fourth, still in close attendance on the KTM. Danny Pedrosa a further second back, and then a second behind him to Vinales Oliveira. Marc Marquez has had a great start to the race, as we might have expected, and with that soft rear tyre in the Honda.
Yeah.
He's also in there with his brother, with Luca Marini.
Yeah, I want Marquez to get top 10 sometime this season. I don't think it's going to happen here. I hope sometime this season he does finish a feature race in the top 10.
After winning last time out in Barcelona.
Yeah, dominating last weekend. You looked incredible.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame for Alex Spargo, dominating Misano in Barcelona. Now he's struggling in 13th on the Aprilia, while Maverick's in 6th with Oliveira 7th. Bezzecchi's gone ahead of Bagnaia.
But I think he'd seen, given Bagnaia enough opportunity to get past, and he's thought, right, if he's not doing it, I'm going to have to set about him. And now
Well, Bez wide, Bagnaia goes back through.
Second lap in a row that he's managed that, and this is why he didn't want them dicing with each other, because Martin instantly, from being 0.1 across the line, we'll see the third split just as they head towards Carrow Corner now, but it's going to have gone out to maybe the best part of the second. Well, half a second.
Yeah.
Half a second now separates the leader to Bagnaia. This is why Decay don't want me to scrap him, because if Bagnaia must go overtake Martin, he can't be scrapping with Bez.
You then can be absolutely
Valentino Rossi.
Excuse me, sir, you can't stand there.
Yeah.
Bagnaia is back at Bezzecchi, and so now he has to set about Martin.
This has to be a perfect lap now from Francesco Bagnaia. Otherwise, the man at the front will check out.
And he is in these tighter sections, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if Bagnaia did crash, then Martin will probably check out. Yeah, Bagnaia's DNF. He's crashed in 4 races this year and DNF from 3.
Let's have an edge. There is Danny Pedrosa working between 4 and 5. Brad Binder still in close attendance, half a second down on Bezzecchi. In fact, he was quicker than everyone in front of him on that lap.
Pedrosa.
And we know Binder, as the race goes on, often he has a little bit more tyre.
Yeah, Binder.
Also had a little bit of air.
Binder was nearly a tenth quicker than Martin on my previous lap. Could Binder actually make a challenge for a victory? I think he could. If he's freaking squabbling around, Binder could say thank you very much and take his first win for over 2 years. Yars KTM's last win in MotoGP as well today. Wait, no, it wasn't actually. It was actually Oliveira in Thailand 22. I forgot about that. Forgot about Oliveira won twice in 22. I mean, obviously, it was his wet races. He won in. 6 tenths between Bezzecchi and Binder. Obviously, Binder has got a new helmet this weekend too. Gap's gone down by 7 milliseconds. And Bagnaia's broken the lap record. 1:31.7.
But guess what? Francesco Bagnaia right behind him set the fastest lap of the race. Another 0.2 of a second faster.
Yeah, Bagnaia's broken the record of best lap of Misano in a MotoGP race. Marquez still in battle for 6th here.
Sorry, the horrible feeling then is if you're Jorge Martin, you look at your tip book, you know you've got a good lap, you glance and it says plus 0.3, and you're like, oh, I thought I was breaking them.
Alex Marquez on the Grassini. I love that.
Alex Marquez and Marino, yeah. Yeah, they used that livery last year, they did, with when Bastianini was there and Gian Antonio. But change the 2 plus 5, it's 73, yeah.
And it looks even better in real life. I was stood next to it.
Yeah, I really love the Grassini livery, I do. It's Espargaro and Quartararo. It is a big shame to see him down there.
150th Grand Prix start for him today.
Big shout out for Fabio, 23 months, nearly 23 months on from his championship goal in Misano. Oh, yellow. That was a yellow, I saw it. Who's that? Who crashed? Can't be Jorge Martin, surely. Hello, who crashed? Where did they point at who crashed? Yeah, Pedrosa nearly high sided at turn 1.
I think we've lost Brad Binder.
Wait, Binder.
I'm looking on my monitor and he's gone for my timing screens all of a sudden. Helicopter
Yeah, Binder's crashed.
Well, that is not like him. He was closing in on the front tree.
Binder's gone down.
Binder has gone down.
He's rejoined by. It was out of that corner. It was before the final 2 corners of the circuit. Turn 14, he went down. Pretty sure it's turn 14.
The surface is not actually very good on the track there. It's quite ripply.
So Binder's out, but he's rejoined the race. So if he does get a hammer down, he can still get a point or 2. Marquez up to 6th place on the Repsol Honda. Last time we saw him 6th in the race this year was Mugello. In the feature race, of course. Last time we saw him 6th or above in the feature race was Mugello. I'd love to see Marquez get a top 10 mark, of course. Because obviously we know Alex Marquez has a few top 10s this season on the Gracino. Obviously in feature races.
Might be a mapping setting or something where it's, don't allow you to spin up. But
Gap's 1.8 between Bezzecchi and Pedrosa. This is still quartet, fighting for the victory, but Ducati 1, 2, 3. It's like it's always going to be a Ducati 1, 2, 3. No matter what the order is, it's always going to be a Ducati 1, 2, 3 on tracks like this.
As soon as he saw the gap come back down, he's now controlling it, just keeping it at this pace. That's the plan. He knows
Going on a bit wide there. Probably cost him a 10th or 2. Pedrosa's gained a little bit here on Bez.
Trying to get down to about 5 laps ago, then you have another attack.
I like to call Bezzecchi Bez, I do. It's my short name. Yellow in sector 1. Who's that? It's Jack Miller and Piero. Are they both down? They're both down. They're both down. Hang on. Miller and Piero, they've both gone down, surely. Yeah. I knew it.
What's going on here? Piero and Jack Miller with him. Frustration for Miller. Are you going to be able to see this one?
Oh, I think Piero went into Miller. I think that's what happened. And Gianantonio had to stop.
Gianantonio caught in the middle of that one. Not quite sure what's happened.
So that's 3 crashes this race, and there's 2 out. 20 riders left now. I know, 23, yeah, because it's wildcards, of course. Obviously, the extra KTM and Pedrosa.
To their first child, so let's hope he's okay. He was walking away,
yeah, I mean, Jammer's having a good time in KTM at the moment. Other awful race in Austria to find for the podium at the start, and obviously his best finish for KTM so far this season is 3rd.
Number 26 for a while. Who's that? Well, Danny Pedrosa, 37-year-old, 5-year retired old man.
1.2. Pedrosa's gaining. If Pedrosa wins this race, oh my god. Yeah, it could be track temp. I think it is. That's what's wrong with Marquez. Yeah, we got past Oliveira. Oliveira went wide. That's why Marquez is ahead of Miguel Oliveira. Is that another yellow, or is that the same yellow for Piero and... Oh no, Mia! Again! What is wrong with Honda, with Dran Mia? He's only fished in 2 feature races this year, and he's crashed in 10 of them. If Suzuki was still a MotoGP, Mia would be doing much better than this, if Suzuki was still a MotoGP. Yeah, I think Honda personally ruined Dran Mia. I mean, I don't blame him for looking for a way out. I mean, if he can't find a new contract with another team, he may just say, I'm taking you out. That's if he could, of course. If I was me, then I'll take a go out and just try and come back with a better team. Or ask if he could go down to wait, I was going to say go down Moto 2, but never mind.
Pedrosa's coming here. He's closing, and the one thing.
But yeah, gotta feel sorry for Mir this year. Gotta have. Pedrosa is on it. Old head, young desire, but Danny Pedrosa still the same talent as we've always seen him have his MotoGP career. The same he didn't win a title, of course. I mean, if he didn't crash in Misano in 2012 and Phillip Island, he would have rolled away with 2012. Obviously, if he didn't crash in Phillip Island and he finished in second, he would have won the 2012 title.
I didn't see it like that at all. I mean, when you meet him in real life, he weighs about 8 stone or slightly less than 8 stone. He's a very small man. And I know how physical, how hard these bikes are to wrestle around. So that's what it's against him. Yes, he can accelerate a little. The bike will accelerate a bit better with a light rider.
Yeah, Pedrosa can obviously handle the tires a bit better, in my opinion. So I think Danny's got a good chance here of a fairy tale World Cup podium. If one of these two crash, he's got it.
Could this be like the proper fairy tale?
There he is. Now Binder's up. Pedrosa can now attack the 3 Ducatis and stop for 1, 2, 3.
Silvan's been banging the Danny Pedrosa drum all weekend.
He's doing it for the test riders, isn't he? For those who still.
Have you ever seen? We have seen wildcards win, but have you seen a test rider for one of the teams win a race?
With its piles of cash or whatever in stacks and counting them.
I'd love to see Danny Pedrosa win this race. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to see it happen.
He just wants to show he's still got it. And I think
he's my third favourite from the Fantastic Four, with Rossi, Lorenzo, Stone, and him.
I am here to work gather data, but
he's faster than the front 3 by 3 tenths nearly.
He's just done a 31.8. Before that, he did a 31.9, a 31.9.
Big wide of Pekka. Managed to bring it back round though.
32 ones.
Dare we dream?
It's too early for dreaming, but with 15 laps to go, well, we'll have this conversation in 5 laps to go, shall we? The only downside I see for Danny is going to be making the pass.
Getting past and staying fast.
And I'm not saying that he's not aggressive. He's never been an overly aggressive rider, but to pass these 3 riders who create a lap time by braking super late, carrying no corner speed, then using the power of the bike to exit the corner. How Danny produces his lap time is he brakes late, but nowhere near as late as these guys, and he carries more corner speed. He'll get blocked off. He won't. Once he gets onto the back of them, he won't be able to essentially do that sort of riding style.
Yeah.
We saw it yesterday, Neil. He rode for much of the latter laps.
That 14.
I wanted to get past, but he just said Bagnaia was braking very deep into the corner, trails it right.
Yeah, it's shame to see Mir crash out again.
Extracting the turning out of that.
I mean, he just does better. He does. I mean, Honda just that bike's a death trap. No offense to Honda by any means, that bike is a death trap. The RC213V this year. They should make the RC214V. They should make a new version of the website Honda, call it the RC214V if they could. Nakagami's struggling too for LCR, but he's getting the laps in. It's this replay now over the lead route. Is this Bagnaia?
He just gets it wrong there.
Yeah, he nearly went to the back of Martin. If he braked a bit later, he could have taken both out. He could have slammed into Martin if he braked a bit later, but obviously, I was lucky for Martin. That was. Bez is the fastest through. Actually, Pedrosa is.
Similar kind of race that we had there, although it was 2 of them at the front. We've got 3 here. Credit to Marco Bezzecchi for hanging on in 3rd. Pedrosa doing the work again.
Yeah, Binder's 18th now, so he's getting back into a points contender.
Yeah, really impressive. Mark Marquez in fact about 6 seconds behind this group. He's been nowhere all weekend really.
Yeah, 32-3 for Marquez. And he's matching Bagnaia. Or is he? Oh yeah, he's a 10th off Bagnaia, but he's matching Maverick.
17th, having just been passed by Augusto Fernandez. Nakagami down in 19th. Takahashi didn't even qualify, and Joan Mir has crashed out with 19th.
inside the Ducati garage.
Top brass, watch on. The 1, 2, 3. To the ball goes Panigale, Ram. If they start battling, that could bring Danny Pedrosa into it, but at the moment,
Yeah.
the challenge is just waning ever so slightly. Give me a chance to dream. Could have had that moment. Here's Maverick Vinales. His pace.
Here's Top Gun.
His pace very similar, actually.
Well, Fernandez 8th on the RNF Aprilia. He's best finished 10th this season.
One of the fastest riders on the circuit, but he's down in 11th.
I think Top Gun's safe for 5th here.
Let's just spread out a little bit. But you do feel like there's still a race going on here. Raul Fernandez has got past Alex Marquez up to 8th place. You can just see at the top of the shot. He's having his best weekend so far, isn't he, Raul?
Yeah, Grand Prix rider. Yeah, absolutely. Been right up there in some of the sessions earlier this weekend. Been in the top 5 at certain points.
There he is. Ahead of Alex Marquez. There's Aleix.
12 to go.
Victorious last week. Still is a bit sore. Neck pain. Oh, that was green paint clipped by Johan Zarco. He's just had a track limits warning right on cue. I hope that was before he clipped that one at the final corner. Or Zarco could be on for a long lap penalty here. But Aleix Marquez had a massive crash in practice.
Film this warning for Zarco.
Yeah, horrible crash.
Yellow sector 1. Who could it be?
See what happens tomorrow. The test. Lots of new parts being tried. And,
Paul.
Another crash for Paul.
He had one in warm-up this morning. I think for the weekend. He had one in warm-up this morning.
Paul, I thought it was Marquez for a minute.
Yeah, he did. So,
The Paul's down for the 4th time this weekend.
Did he crash really early on? Yeah, I think that's his 5th crash of the weekend.
So now 19 left at the race.
So two in one of the sessions.
Well, still.
Anyway,
Whatever.
it's 4 or 5.
But it's his 5th.
Yamaha nowhere this year. The 13th and 14th with Fabio Morbidelli.
From a long-term injury, but cannot criticise his heart, his desire.
They went down early. It's turn 1, that is.
Really fast.
Really fast crash.
It looks like he's carrying about 20 miles an hour too much as he grabbed all the brakes. Just went.
Pedrosa's dropped back a bit.
It looked like he'd got braking slightly wrong day. It looked slightly wide as well.
3 ways to get a podium now is these guys. One of these from 3 crash.
131.9.
Look at Marquez catch up on Top Gun.
Who is using Vinales as a marker here and clawing back space. Now, all the talk's raging on about him moving to Brasini next year. Emilio Perez, who is a fantastic Spanish journalist, a veteran of this paddock and motorsport.
Challenge warning for Jorge Martin.
Will stay next year. And actually, what's happened, he's saying, is all the wrangling has been going on. It has. But there's been wrangling going on at Honda between Alberto Puig and HRC. And it sounds like Puig, and particularly Marquez, have got their way. And what's that way? That way is getting the best engineers. Go for Gigi Dall'Igna if it's going to be. It's not going to be Gigi Dall'Igna, but go for get the best engineers. Do it the European way. He had to change, and it was the.
I think Honda should do the European way too.
Silverstone, when we saw them around,
yeah.
And Alberto Puig said, "You're going to lose Mark if you don't do this."
Yeah. And
it sounds like this is what Emilio's saying. It's a report from a journalist that who knows, but he is suggesting that Honda are responding, and it's not necessarily the bike, but it's the personnel.
Yeah.
And that's given Mark enough. And the line was to repay their faith in him after his injuries over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, and that would make sense. You look at even something as extreme as this. They should put someone like Michele Pirro as the test rider. If you offered Michele Pirro, anyway, that's £500,000 a year. He'd jump ship or £1 million a year. And think of the information he's got. He's been Ducati's test rider. He knows that.
Yeah, and Bola could jump ship to Ducati then.
So much information, so much feedback. That's what the other manufacturers have done. Essentially, that's what KTM have done. They've poached a lot of Ducati's engineers.
Ducati, Honda people. There's a lot of the old HRC team are in there with the likes of Johnny Eyre and Mark Lloyd. There's people in there who've been from across the panorama, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, they've poached the best out of the paddock. Well, that's what Honda have to do. Because now they are the worst manufacturer by a chunk, actually. Yamaha is struggling, but nowhere near as much as Honda.
the Yamaha's not trying to injure the riders every single time they get on it. Or
Yeah.
what I will say about Marc Marquez, he's right on the tail of Vinales now.
Marquez one Metallic Top Gun.
This is probably technically a little bit
Well,
too
Bez having a
much,
look at Bagnaia there.
actually, it seems to be riding within himself, but able to find a little bit of pace. That
So Martin's checking out.
seems to be doing something for him anyway. At the front, I will say, Jorge Martin, Neil, has been given a track limits warning.
Yeah.
So he's pulled the gap to 1.8. He's just done his personal best lap of the race so far. I wonder if Bagnaia's painkillers are starting to wear off a little bit.
Just going to say
Probably, yeah.
that Bagnaia's lap times are dropping off a cliff edge, and as you can see now, Benson's getting impatient. He needs to get past the last lap. Jorge Martin, and again, it's another fast lap from Jorge Martin, and it's 0.9 of a second faster in one lap. Jorge Martin has pulled out that gap now. It's nearly 2 seconds.
So Martin's going to take this one then, unless he makes a big mistake.
He could finish second or third. Francesco Bagnaia, what a weekend he's had. Do you think where we were exactly a week ago?
If you look at a snapshot of turn 1 or turn 2 in Barcelona at this time last week, or the medical centre in Barcelona, and you can say, you know what, you might lose over the race weekend 14 points to Jorge Martin. But by the
There goes Bez.
you're still going to have a 36 point advantage.
Alicia Spargo's got a track limits warning, so
another track limits warning for Alicia Spargo as Marco Bezzecchi goes through.
Bezzecchi's through.
And up into second place.
I think Bagnaia's suffering from fatigue now.
Still a long way to go, 9 laps to go.
But look at Bagnaia there, lost a lot, didn't he, in Tramonto? It's his right hand side. And he was saying that when he throws his leg off, does the old dangle with his right leg, that he's just not able to do it in the same way and get his leg hooked back on. He said after a while, it was almost like it was sleeping on him, his leg a little bit. All to do with the blood flow and how it's been. He definitely looked a lot better with the physio, with the work he's done on it this weekend. But we just saw it.
Yeah, I think Pegasus will be back at full fitness in India.
Right-hand corner. 8 laps remaining in the San Marino Grand Prix. What a
8 laps to
shame.
go.
Early on, he wasn't able to just launch one at Martin. But he knows he could have come off worse than Martin in that kind of situation. So he knows he has more to lose by doing that than by riding to the finish.
Yeah, well, you'd have to say that Pecco's going to finish 4th at worst if he doesn't make a mistake. Then, like you said, he decided that, wouldn't he, whilst he's on the hospital bed a week ago.
Marquez still pressuring Maverick. I'd love to see Marquez get a top 5. A top 5 is a miracle for him on that bike, but I think now his tires are starting to wear off. But 6th is still a brilliant result for him, especially what's happened this year with the Honda.
With your Rossi's, Lorenzos, Stoners, and Co. What's your take on it? I certainly don't agree.
But just gaining on Pecco.
Just shows how good this man is.
Martin's 2.5 seconds at the clear of Marco Bezzecchi.
36, so Albert Bautista's about 39. So you can still be faster at this age if you want to be. That's what it's showing. It's only showing that Danny Pedrosa is still an incredible motorcycle racer. It's not showing that this field is weak.
Over Bautista.
Is he 39?
Well, like you're saying, he'll be on one of these bikes, won't he?
Yeah, he's going to wild card
when we get to say
Yeah.
and I'm thinking a lighter rider. And, well, that looked close to the edge there for Bagnaia. Hard to tell from this angle, I will say. It really does shorten things. Gap between Martin and
So Bagnaia is actually put another 2 attempts on Danny.
Nobody able to get back down into the 31s though. And claw back some of that 2.3 second advantage that Martin has.
I'm so impressed with this man. The pressure's on. It's your time. You know your opponents are injured. It's a track he doesn't normally go that well on, and he's turned up as Jorge Martin. He absolutely obliterated the lap record in practice. What a lap!
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It was that fast. And then yesterday, he destroyed the field. No mistakes. Think of him in the past. I mean, he's always been a fast rider. He's always good at qualifying. But
The last playing was Valencia 2017. That's Pedrosa's last win as well.
I will say, he's also led races from the front, hasn't he? In his Moto3 days in particular, he loved to get to the front and control things from there. But you are right, there have been mistakes here and there over the years. Consistency has always been the question mark but there's no doubting his consistency now. Do you know the last time he didn't score points? And only twice this year. And that's in sprint and racing. Only twice this year he's not scored points. The last one, USA.
Yeah.
In the race.
Only 2 times Martin's crashed as well.
He's only had there and the opener in Portimao, where of course he was clattered into by Marc Marquez. I like it actually. I just don't like the red Lenovo in the middle of it. I don't like the, laptop sponsor in the middle in red. If it was all yellow, it would look really much a bit bumblebee-like, a bit like the Lamborghini Tramax we saw.
You know, like the Grassini bike looks even better in real life, but the Ducati looks awful in real life.
Yeah,
the yellow one does.
It does look like it's on a parcel delivery.
Yeah, Martin's race pace just, wow.
Look at that. Proper clutch system, as you would expect. Oh, that's pretty impressive.
The one thing about this puffed out chest of Jorge Martin is it will only serve to improve his confidence, to improve how he feels, and to give
Oh, there was a Marquez.
that there is a shot at the championship.
So Marquez down a P7. I probably know it's going to happen at some point.
It's not my focus at all. He said,
But just probably go race to finish.
I'm thinking about this weekend.
Morbidelli's had a Binder. Morbidelli's got overtaken by Brad. Binder.
Yeah, Marquez, I'm sure he had a moment. His lap times have dropped by 3 or 4 tenths of a second over the last lap. We're going to see it now with Miguel.
So Marquez not taking too much risk yet.
Marquez tries to switch back to the inside, but Oliveira gets the power now.
So Maverick checked out for 5th.
Passed. Ralph Fernandez having an excellent ride there in 8th place behind it. Luca Marini a bit disappointing this weekend in 9th, bearing in mind, like Bagnaia and Bezzecchi, has turned hundreds of laps of this place.
Very disappointing, really.
I do feel Bagnaia is suffering here, whether it's the front tyre or whether it's fitness, whether it's the pain from last week's crash.
Probably, yeah.
Danny Pedrosa was 7 tenths quicker than him on that last lap.
Yeah, I've got to say, I am willing Danny to pass him. I'd just love to see Danny Pedrosa on the podium. It'd be so cool. You saw that stat come up. He's not been on the podium since Valencia 2017.
Yeah.
He deserves a podium.
Yeah, but I don't know why we didn't mention as well. Then it was his last win.
People will also ask, how on earth is he managing this? This is perhaps the mistake, wide there from Bagnaia. He has been here for a test 2 times in the last couple of months.
And he'll have done some race distances at those tests. That's what he'll have been working on.
But again, that's usually wiped out, isn't it? Anyone who has a test advantage is usually wiped out.
So it looks like Martinez going to win this unless Bezzecchi pulls out an absolute bullet and goes for it.
Marco Bezzecchi quicker than Martin on that last lap. Bezzecchi's just done a first up best lap now. He's got a second win here.
Yes. Impressive. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. Not with 4 laps to go.
Challenge for Ralph Fernandez.
Yeah, they're in 3rd. Bezzecchi got anything? Can he find the reserves of energy? He has his own injury. Sort of what happened in the crash in Barcelona, his thumb got pushed right backwards. Not dislocated or broken, but so far backwards that it's really upset the ligaments. I was talking to you about it yesterday. I said, what can you do about it? He just said, nothing. It's like it's seized up and that it's very, very stiff, all the tendons in there. Sort of got into recovery mode, and he's trying everything he can for physio, but it's one of those muscular things that it's almost seized.
He's got a weekend off. I'm sure the majority of the riders will probably be flying out to India early just to get acclimatised. I'd say probably most of them flying on Monday, really, get there on Tuesday.
I'm not sure. I've got a feeling, I don't know, I could see some getting there late. You know how some of them are paranoid about catching anything.
Anything.
What about riders taking chefs?
3 laps to go. Martin looks on course to win his 2nd Grand Prix this year.
Sensible.
The Bagnaia may have it covered with Pedrosa.
Jorge Martin, just under 3 laps to go.
Great style. Look at him work.
Really good.
Working.
It's an extreme style as well.
So extreme. So extreme the way he uses his body.
Him and Bastianini, would you say, are the ones that have that kind of style?
Yeah.
I remind you, no Bastianini here today. He's out injured and won't be back by the sounds of things until Indonesia.
Yeah.
They do have a unique
I probably guess Bastianini would be until Mandalika as well.
I feel so sorry for him. He's got his dream ride. Marcus is hanging on.
He's under pressure, and
he's going to get past.
he will, because that's where we know the weakness of the Honda is. Getting the power to the ground. And look at him diving for the apex.
Yeah, blocking.
Best finish so far in his Motogp career of 8th for Ralph Fernandez. Well, any talk that there might have been potentially about Fernandez being out on his ear at the end of the year, he's scotching those with a really good performance here today. Marquez tried to block everywhere around the racetrack. It's been a decent race, you have to say. But you do feel like it might be a 9th place rather than a 7th. Bear in mind, he was battling Vinales in the early stages for 5th. At the front, Jorge Martin's crossing the line with 2 laps remaining in the race. He's got 1.5
laps to go.
seconds now over Bez, who was
2 tenths between Bagnaia and Pedrosa.
That's the slowest Martin has been since the first lap of the race.
If Pedrosa wants the podium, he's just in the 31.9. He's only 0.2 of a second behind Francesco Bagnaia.
That's why we watch this battle for 7th place. Danny Pedrosa's one to keep an eye on, definitely. From the left-hand side of your screen, you can see Bagnaia on the Ducati, on the yellow bike, but under pressure from Danny Pedrosa. There he is, out of turn 6. We saw this yesterday, didn't we, Neil? So the plan, the same again. How do you get past Pecco Bagnaia on a Ducati?
Well, you're not going to outbrake him. That's one thing we've learned. So I think I'll tell you what, he's got no tyre left. He's spinning up a lot there. I think the only way he can pass him is maybe on the flip-flop between 1 and 2. That'd be an opportunity. I'm trying to think where else.
Get drive out of here and do a surprise one at Carbone.
Yeah, I just don't think even. Well, actually, no, he has been the fastest through the speed trap all weekend. As
Danny's getting closer, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Track limits warnings coming in for Maverick Vinales. So many riders on those warnings. Yesterday we saw tons of riders get penalties.
Top Gun Mav, track limits.
We 1 lap to go in this race. Jorge Martin just needs to cruise to the line now. Still under pressure from Marco Bezzecchi. Still 1.5 seconds the gap. The question mark is over the final podium position. Bagnaia or the fairy tale of Danny Pedrosa, a wildcard rider, a test rider, in just for this weekend. And this would go down in folklore if you were to manage it and get in front of the reigning world champion. Battered and bruised, world champion nonetheless, and the championship leader.
Yeah, it's not looking possible. I think
Marquez has dropped behind Marino now.
There's one thing, Danny's not going to do anything silly, is he?
Well, Bagnaia has responded as well. From being in the high 32s, he's dropped it back down to 132.1.
So, Bez has kept this lad on.
Now Marquez back ahead of Marino and Fernandez.
That time still right on the limit. 32 flats.
Good bet of ever 7th.
Still faster than anyone
Go on, Danny.
out there.
Little samurai.
Again, Pedrosa's got another run behind Bagnaia in the race trip, hasn't he?
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, another look at the opposition, and I'm talking about machinery. A full race behind someone on the current world champion on the best bike on the grid. What information he is gathering now, Danny Pedrosa, to tell the engineers directions they need to work on.
Looks like Martin's race it is.
This is it.
Jorge Martin up to the last corner now. And
it's going to be Martinator wins in Misano. Brilliant race from Jorge Martin. Martinator's got this championship back on. Pedrosa finishes a brilliant 4th for KTM. Marquez hangs on to 7th.
Fernandez 8th, ahead of Marini in 9th. Zarco rounds out the top 10. Then it's Marquez, Alex Marquez, that is. Aleix, Fabio Quartararo 13th. Brad Binder got 14th, didn't you?
So it's the first Ducati 1, 2, 3 as well since the German Grand Prix at Sachsenring.
Which tells its own story. But no doubt about our winner today. No doubt about
Second win of the season for Jorge Martin.
Jorge Martin, who's never had success here before, comes to Italy and he's taken the double.
Yeah, definitely a confident individual.
And look at the celebrations in Pramac.
Yeah, on that plane to India with his chest out.
Paolo Campinotti, it will be party time in Pramac, I guarantee that.
36 points for gap at the top.
Partying between himself and Alicia
No problem.
That last time in Barcelona.
This championship could be back on. If Martin gained again on Pecco in India, it's game on.
He is that kind of character, isn't he? He's a bit of one of those.
Good penny for Marco Bezzecchi and Misano as well. Obviously crashed out of the race last year. The VR46 team do have a podium with Bez. And Bagnaia bruised and battered the third.
Exaggerating it, Bagnaia's got this, hasn't he? But that one mistake in Barcelona, we thought it was going to cost him the World Championship. Thankfully, it's not. And we've got a World Championship battle on.
Yeah, he is.
I think you said it though. Martinez smelled blood this weekend. And he's gone in for the kill, hasn't he?
Got to get credit to Danny Pedrosa as well. 4th as a wild card. You got to credit that. Could have got a podium if he was closer, but yeah. I guess he'll take 4th.
The pressure's on, and he delivered.
Great sportsmanship between Martin and Bagnaia. His right leg, you feel, will be sore. His whole body, in fact. The high side that Bagnaia had was 24G recorded on the lifestyles data sensors. Didn't it? And then you had the impact of Brad Binder's bike on his leg.
Credit to the gear that all these riders wear now. It's just incredible, isn't it? That you can sustain such a huge impact, get run over, and 7 days later finish on the podium in the Grand Prix.
Martin Aita.
Misano painted purple for Jorge Martin today. The
third win in MotoGP.
Only his 3rd MotoGP win, but this one perhaps his best yet.
Pedrosa returns to the pit lane.
For the little samurai, showing just
the little samurai.
He is a MotoGP legend. Well, he's the most successful rider never to have won the Premier Class title.
Yeah, he deserved the title. He did.
Yeah, the only reason he didn't win was certainly one of the years was just bad luck.
Well, I think 2 or 3, 2008, 10, 12, all of them.
Where he sustained horrible injuries. One of them was definitely no fault of his own.
Yeah, the one in Motogp was
exactly.
Proper sticking open. There's Esteban Garcia, his dad on the left-hand side.
Pedrosa is a deserved champion, but he didn't win a Premier Class. But he did win the 125cc title, I think, and the 250 twice.
Yeah, we're back in the office.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did win the 250 twice. Martin celebrates. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this reaction of a Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli reaction to the San Marino MotoGP race. Thanks, guys, for watching. Smash the like button. Subscribe if anyone is new. It's terrific if you signed in. And turn notification bell so you don't miss out any future streams or videos. I'll see you guys next time. So goodbye. Have a good day, everyone.